Yo, what up? It's JSF, and I don't even know if this is like a take. I think this is like a pretty common belief, but I kind of want to explain why I feel this way. Mortal Kombat 11, Mortal Kombat 1, actually. This feels damn near like MK11. Mortal Kombat 1 doesn't have enough characters. And I think that's not controversial or crazy to say. But what I mean is there is not enough choice. Like there isn't enough playstyles represented. There isn't enough like what I'm looking for in a Mortal Kombat character isn't in this game. And how what brings this to my attention is something I actually wanted this game to have, something that I agree with on paper. So when you play in ranked in Mortal Kombat 11, you go to a select screen, you pick your characters, pick a variation, blah blah blah. You go through all of that shit. But in most fighting games, you select your character before you get into a match, right? And in this game, it's like that. And that's something I specifically asked for, something I specifically said needs to be in the game. I was like, you should not be counter picking at the select screen and rank. That's stupid. And while I wholeheartedly agree with that, the problem is Mortal Kombat is as a game is incredibly matchup heavy. Like it's insanely matchup heavy. And part of the reason why is that there really aren't many system mechanics in this game. And I know some people are gonna say, oh, you got flawless block, up block. I just made a whole video about why up block is the worst mechanic of all time. Go watch it. But that's like really it, right? Like, oh, there's EX meter and armor, like fatal blow, and it's like that doesn't really do anything. Like that doesn't change a matchup at all. Like one hit of armor isn't shit in this game. Like, if you wanted to make an armor move really like a threat or really make it good, you would make it multiple hits of armor, which is why they made Havoc's special move where he rips his arm off have like 5 hits of armor or some goofy shit, because they knew if it had 1 hit of armor, it would be useless. It would be terrible, right? So there aren't like, if you look at the example of Street Fighter 6, there's Drive Rush where you can dash and get in. There's Drive Impact where you get 3 hits of armor and you can blow somebody up on hit if they just won't, if they keep just trying to mash, and like, you know what I mean. There's obviously counterplay to it as well, right? There's parry, there's drive reversal, which is a get off me button, and that's another thing. This game doesn't have any type of a push block or anything like it at all. It just is what it is, right? And the way they design mids in this game, you can kind of just mash against the majority of the cast, which is annoying. So you run into a lot of issues where your character just kind of just gets fucked in certain matchups. Like when I play Katana, who's a character who has buttons that you would think are good at spacing, with punishing, and has a couple projectiles, you would think she has good zoning, but then there are multiple characters who just outzone her outright. And then you can pick like a Sub-Zero cameo to help you in the zoning war, and then it just like nullifies a lot of her game. And then it's like, damn, like what do I like? There's no cameo that I can pick to like counterplay against that. I'm just kind of fucked because I picked Katana, and I no longer have an option to switch characters. And I'm in those situations, I'm like, damn. I definitely agree with not counterpicking in ranked. I agree with that. But like you gotta just design your game better or put in more characters. Because I know people say, oh, but there's 23 characters and 15 cameos. That's 38 characters. Cameos are not characters. They're not even half characters. They're not even a third of a character. So they don't count as a full character. A cameo can definitely alter a matchup. Like I use Sub-Zero for it as an example, right? A cameo can definitely affect a matchup. But some characters, when they get hit with their weakness, there is not a cameo that they can really use. Like there is no cameo reversal in this game. And I know what people are gonna say. What do you mean? Like Kung Lao is a cameo reversal, Serena, Sub-Zero, they're not real reversals. You can just hit them out of that. Like you can't use it on wake up. You can use it in certain block strings if you know what they're gonna do, right? You can use your cameo as a reversal in that instance, but in the same time, you can use your 1 hit of armor move for that same exact purpose. So it doesn't fix anything. It solves a problem you can already solve for a bar meter. So it doesn't really help. You know what I mean? And you just run into this problem. At least I run into this problem all the time. Maybe because I play multiple characters. I think trying to play one character alone in Mortal Kombat is kind of silly. Just because the way the games are designed, they're always like this. They're really matchup heavy. And I guess my hope was that cameos would help you in these matchups. Like, oh, if you're getting, rushed down, use this cameo. If you're getting zoned out, use this cameo. If you want more combo damage, use this cameo. But that's not what happened. And the cameo system is just the variation system with shades on, bro. Like, let's keep it a brick. The cameo system is not new. It's not unique. It's the same thing as variations. They just sauced it up a little bit. And it's just fucking variations with nostalgia. right? That's all it is. Because like they do the same things. Hey, you pick if you don't want to get zoned out, you pick Sub-Zero assist, right? If you want to get more combo damage, you pick Serena assist. It used to be if you wanted to lock down and get hella chip, you pick Cyrax assist. If you want a low projectile, or if you want like the easiest, simplest in the world, low overhead mix on knockdown, you pick Kung Lao assist, you knock him down, throw down the head and jump, right? Very, very simple, brain dead level 1 Yomi shit. That's about it. Like every other cameo is kind of just eh. Like there's some players who use those cameos trying to be different, and if it works for them, it works for them, great. But they don't offer very much variety in playstyle. They don't solve matchup problems at all. So it's kind of like the cameo system is cute, but it doesn't help. And this is where I get to the point where we just don't have enough characters. We don't have enough cameos. The netcode is dog shit, so that doesn't help either. The netcode is horrible in this game. This shit is delay-based netcode. It's not rollback. It's not the standard. You run into this problem, and I run into it all the time in ranked, where it's like a player that like I know I can beat, or a match I know I can win, but my character isn't well equipped to deal with the bullshit their character is doing at the time. And sometimes it could just be me not knowing the character well enough, right? It could definitely just be me sometimes, but a lot of the times it's like, bro, I can't figure out what button I can press in this instance. I can tell what they're doing is not it's not really like guaranteed, right? But it's like, I don't know what to do in that situation. It's like I have to guess every single time. And every guess has like a negative answer where I just get back in the blender. And it's like, fuck, man. It's just flipping a coin the game. It's fucking rolling dice. It's Mario Party. Again, all over. And it's like, this doesn't exist. Like, in any other fighting game, especially, I always use Street Fighter 6 as an example, because it's the fighting game we all know about. The most recent one to come out. The one that has the most players. If I'm in a situation like that where I know my opponent's doing some gimmicky bullshit, I have multiple options I can press to just not deal with that shit. And they'll have to respect it. Like, if you're playing most characters, you have an invincible reversal. You have a DP, right? Like, if I'm playing Cammy, I got Cannon Spike. I almost say Cannon Strike. Like, I have that. And then I let that rip once or twice. And then if they don't start blocking it, I'm just going to keep doing it. Or I can just block it and then do drive reversal, which is the push block mechanic, right? You know what I mean? Like, I can do that, or I can just try to parry. Now, parry I can get thrown out of, or whatever. I can try to drive impact and blow them up if they commit to something that has a lot of startup and recovery, which would be great for this game, by the way. Now, the counterplay to that is, if it's predictable, they can just blow you up for it. And that's the thing. The problem isn't like, it's not that I want an overall solution. Like, give me a character I can pick where I can steamroll everybody. It's like, nah, there needs to be counterplay to it. But when the option just ain't there most of the time, you're like, when you play this game, when you play Mortal Kombat most of the time, you're not even playing Mortal Kombat, bro. You're just playing the guessing game. You're playing, okay, let's see how this guy plays this time. Let's see what gimmicks he uses. And then you got to play around your opponent's gimmicks instead of just playing the characters, playing the matchup. Like, there's nothing to discourage people from just doing stupid random bullshit online, because it's going to work once or twice. And then, like, your character might not have the tools to deal with it. Your cameo might not help you deal with it. You just got to be playing the right kind of character, which is why people flood to characters that are top tier. Like Johnny Cage, or like how Raiden used to be, because Raiden got slightly nerfed, but he's not bad. He just has to actually play the game more now. He can't just do a poke into a special and win the round on hit or on block. Like, that shit is gone, as it should be. So it's just funny, because like there's players in matchups where I'm like, I'll lose with Katana, and I'm like, if I had Raiden, I would smoke you. Or I'll lose with Raiden, and I'm like, if I had Katana, or if I had Kung Lao, if I had Scorpion, I would smoke you. And it's just, I hate that feeling, because if I'm the better player, if I know how to punish better, if I know how to move, I have better movement, better spacing, you know what I mean, better zoning, better pressure, if I'm just a better player, why am I not able to just be the better player in the match and win? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me being salty, but I hate losing when I'm not getting outplayed. Or if I don't know the matchup. Like, if I don't know the matchup and I get cooked. That's fine. But like, if I know the matchup, I know my character's frame data, I have some level of understanding of your character's frame data, and I know what you want to do, and I'm trying out different shit. It's like, why is there no universal way to just stop certain gimmicky shit? It just doesn't make sense to me. But again, maybe I'm just waiting for a character, waiting for a cameo that's not in the game yet. Apparently, Omni-Man's supposed to drop in like 5 days, but we don't even have an official date yet because NetherRealm, Warner Bros. Are shit companies, so the game is the game. Also, everybody's on Wi-Fi in this game, and that drives me nuts. Get a goddamn Ethernet cable, it's cheap as hell. Yeah, sorry, I guess that was kind of a rant. This is what happens when I play Mortal Kombat. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Y'all stay safe. JSF, I'm out. Peace.